Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make my fabric key fob wristlets. Now these are the colors that I did in this video, and I tell you these are so addictive. I know I'm going to make more colors, but I'm gonna show you how I achieve these key wristlets, and I'm gonna show you if a little trick that you could use in order to do multiple at a time. Now if you want to make these in bulk, I'm gonna show you how you could achieve that. Now if that is something you are interested in, remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Now let's get into the video where I'll show you the materials you'll need in order to get these beautiful wristlets. Okay guys, so in order to do this project, you're going to need a few supplies. I use my rotary cutter to do this project. Why? Because I went ahead and I made a pattern for the key fob. Now the reason why I did this, is I do not want to go ahead and each time I go ahead I just cut out the same pattern at a time. So what I did, I made a pattern, and this pattern is 4 inches by 13 inches. So 4 inches in width, 13 inches by length. So when I have this, all I could do is just fold my fabric and cut out multiple pieces at a time instead of always going ahead and measuring the same thing and cutting it out. So this I find very easy to do. I made 2 of them. I made a smaller one and a larger one, but I'm using the 4-inch by 13 inches. Now I went ahead and I pre-cut some of this the fabric that I'll need for this key fob. These are 2 different colors that I cut, and I have 2 more colors that I want to cut. You're going to need some clips. So these are clips or pins. You're going to need a clamp. So this is what you use to clamp the hardware. So the key fob, this is what you are going to buy. I bought this on Amazon. I'm gonna put a link to where I got it. Your scissors is optional if you're not using the pattern, if you're not using it. All I did was that I used a Quaker Oats box from my home and just cut it out. The next thing you're going to need is fusible interfacing. So I have 2 different types. I have one that is more firmer, and I have a smaller one which is a little bit more thinner, but both of them can be fused on the fabric, because what you want to do is to give this fabric stability, and that is important. The next thing you're going to need is some form of heat source. Okay, you're gonna need some form of heat source. So I'm using my Cricut Mini to fuse the interfacing onto the garment. So now I'm gonna show you how to cut it out, and indeed you need a sewing machine in order to do this project. So let me show you how I cut multiple pieces of fabric at a time. Now this is a piece of fabric I've used before, and this is a great project to use up those scrap pieces of fabric. So this is a fabric that I've used before, and I'm going to use it to make some of the key fobs. So I folded this fabric in about 4. So in this case, I'm gonna get 4 pieces of key fob from this, depending. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna simply take my pattern, ensure that it is where I want it to be, and then I'm going to just take my rotary blade and cut it out. Okay, so all you're doing is just using that rotary blade to cut out the pieces, and I find it much easier to do it this way. So here I have how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So this could be used to make 4 key fobs. So these are the pieces I went ahead and I cut out. I have another color that I want to try, so I'll add that to my collection. Now I could go ahead and still try to get more pieces out of this fabric because I still have more. See, I could get more pieces from it, so I'll just cut out a few pieces more from this. I don't want to waste any, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut that out. Okay, so I have 2 more pieces, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out the other 2 pieces. Okay, so in all I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces of the kente. So that is how you will cut it if you're doing it in bulk. So here I have 4 different fabrics. So I'm gonna do 4 different pieces. So I'm gonna take my first piece. I'm gonna do this piece. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fuse the interfacing onto this fabric. Okay guys, I went ahead and switched over to my heat press. Not my heat press, my iron. I think it does the job way much better. So I went ahead and I put interfacing on all my pieces. The next thing you're gonna do, you're going to fold your pieces in 2, like this. You're gonna fold it in 2. You're gonna use your iron and you're going to find that middle point. After you do that, you're going to take 1/2 of that folded piece and you're going to fold that again in 2, like this. And then you're going to fold it again like this. The other half, fold it again in 2. So in this case, you're going to have, so after you fold it like this, you're going to go ahead and fold it again like this into 4. So when you do that, just take your pin and pin it. Ensure that you do it straight. Okay, like this. Sure that you have it straight. Now you're gonna go ahead and measure just to check if you have 1 inch, because that's the size key fob that we have, and I do have 1 inch. If you notice right here, if I check, that's 1 inch, so we are on point. So this is the first one. Then you're gonna do the same thing for the second one. Gonna go ahead, fold it in 2. Another thing you could do is just fold it again in 2 like this, just to make that crease. Just run a light crease in it, then you'll know how to fold this part. So I fold this now along that crease line, like this. That way you will not miss it. So I go ahead and I fold. Then I fold this part. Then I go ahead and fold both pieces. Flip it so that when you get ready to sew, it's easier. Okay. Okay guys, so this is what you have. You have 4, I have 4 different colors at this point because these are so addictive. I know I'm gonna be making lots more. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine where we are going to stitch it. So to stitch it, I'm going to run a stitch along the edge here, a straight stitch, and I run a straight stitch along the edge. Then I'm gonna fold it in 2 like this, and I'm going to run a straight stitch here. Why? Because I just want to keep these intact. You could also go ahead and use some form of glue to put at the end of it, but I don't have any glue at this point, so I'm just going to run a small stitch just to keep them together, and then I'm going to show you how to put the hardware onto it. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine. Okay guys, so we are about to sew the key fob. So what you're gonna do, you're just going to run a straight stitch. Guys, I can't believe I went through the whole video putting on the key fobs and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. But this is what you're gonna do. You're going to take your key fob and you're going to take this piece and put it in like this and hold it down. Then you're going to put this inside and then you're going to clamp it down, and then you're going to squeeze it on the right and squeeze it on the left. I'm so sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't recording. But this is what we have. This is the final result of our key fobs. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, remember to give me a giant thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.